Here's something that might shock you. 10 out of 11 retirees say they wish they had retired sooner, not later. You're probably grinding away right now, telling yourself you need just one more year, one more bonus, one more milestone. But what if waiting could cost you something you can never get back? And it's not money. Today, I'm breaking down 5 compelling reasons why retiring as soon as you're reasonably able might be the smartest decision you'll ever make. And that's going to challenge everything you think you know about retirement readiness. The hidden health cost. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Your job is probably killing you slowly, and you don't even realize it. You've been doing this for 20, 30 years. You're good at what you do. It doesn't feel that stressful anymore. But that's exactly the problem. Think about the frog in boiling water. Drop it in boiling water, it jumps out. Put it in cool water and slowly turn up the heat, and it doesn't realize it's being cooked until it's too late. That's your career. The stress temperature has been rising so gradually that you've normalized chronic stress that's literally shortening your healthy years. The deadlines that never end, office politics, juggling projects, keeping clients happy, performance metrics. Even if you're crushing it, your body is paying the price. Elevated cortisol, disrupted sleep, reduced immune function, and increased inflammation. It all compounds. Here's the cruel irony. You're working hard to secure comfortable retirement, but that hard work is eating away at the very thing you need most in retirement, which is your health. You could have millions saved, but if you've sacrificed your health to get there, what exactly have you won? Every year you delay is a year of your healthiest retirement time you're trading away. Once those years are gone, they're gone forever. Time is your only non-renewable resource. There are countless ways to get more money. There is absolutely no way to get more time. Here's the trap that keeps people working too long. You think, if I work another 10 years, I could double my money with a 7% return. That's mathematically true. But you're not accounting for what you're trading. Those 10 years could have been the years you traveled while you could still walk comfortably for hours. The years you build relationships with grandchildren when they actually want to spend time with you. The years you pursued that passion project you've put off since your 30s. You cannot get those years back. You cannot experience being 65 when you're 75. Working with hundreds of retirees, here's what I see. For every one person who regrets retiring early, there are at least 10 who say with genuine emotion, "I wish I had done this years ago." Once they experience life without constant deadlines and performance reviews, they universally regret not doing it sooner. At some point, you have to say, "This is what I have, and I'm going to make it work." Because the alternative is sacrificing irreplaceable time for money you might not even need. You made promises to yourself and your spouse about retirement dreams. Don't let a stroke or heart attack steal those dreams before you ever pursue them. Relationships need what you don't have. Relationships are built with a 4-letter word: time. You can't build meaningful relationships with leftover scraps after work exhausts you. Your aging parents need help navigating this phase of life. Your adult children could use your wisdom, especially if they have young kids. Your grandchildren are growing up right now, and the window where you can influence their lives is narrow. A 5-year-old wants grandma and grandpa. A 15-year-old is much harder to engage. You're missing those years stuck in meetings. When you're working full-time, you might physically show up for family events, but are you really present? Or is part of your brain still processing work problems? Your aging parents don't need you distracted for an hour on Sunday. They need you available to help with doctor's appointments and life decisions. Your grandkids don't need a tired grandparent counting minutes. They need someone with energy to play and listen. Retirement gives you capacity to invest properly. You can be the family member who helps during crises without negotiating time off. You can be the friend who's available when needed. You can build new friendships because you finally have time to pursue shared interests consistently. Rediscover who you are beyond your job title. You've spent decades with responsibilities, mortgage, kids' college, career building. But if you've done it right, those obligations are behind you now. For the first time since you were 18, you have genuine freedom to be selfish with your time. And it's absolutely okay to be selfish with retirement time. Many people think travel first, and that's great, but travel can be tiring and disorienting. For some, that's refreshing. For others, it's stressful. Think of travel like an appetizer, not the main course. Maybe 10 weeks a year is perfect, not 40. You need other pursuits that genuinely excite you. What have you always wanted to learn? A language, instrument, craft, skill? Physical pursuits like golf or hiking, creative work like writing or painting, volunteering with organizations you care about? This is your opportunity to rediscover who you are beyond your job title. You're not just retiring from something, you're retiring to something. And the sooner you make that transition, the more time you have to explore and build a deeply satisfying retirement life. You're more ready than you think. Here's the controversial one from a financial advisor. You're probably financially ready even if it doesn't feel like it. This isn't blanket advice, everyone's different, but there's often a huge gap between being objectively ready and subjectively feeling ready. Here's the pattern. Someone is at 90% of their savings goal. They think, I should work 3 more years to hit 100%. My question, is it worth 3 more years of your life, sacrificing health and time and freedom to go from 90 to 100% of a number that was somewhat arbitrary to begin with? Humans are incredibly adaptable. Could you adjust expenses, trim lifestyle choices, and retire at 90% rather than grinding to hit some perfect number? Financial plans are built on assumptions we know are imperfect. We don't know future tax rates, inflation, how long we'll live, or healthcare costs. When you're at 90 to 95%, the additional certainty from working more years might not be worth the cost. There's one more year syndrome, the most dangerous disease for people close to retirement. The logic is working 1 more year helps your plan by 3 years. 1 year not drawing down savings, 1 year contributing more, and, tongue-in-cheek, the stress takes a year off your lifespan, so 1 less year to fund. We're never really ready. There's always a reason to work 1 more year. The question isn't, am I at the optimal number? It's, am I close enough to make this work? For most people at 85 to 95%, close enough is good enough. You've been disciplined for decades. At some point, trust that you've done enough and give yourself permission to step into the next chapter while you still have health and energy to enjoy it. So, there you have it. 5 reasons to retire as soon as you reasonably can. Your health is at risk from chronic work stress. Time is the only resource you can't renew. Relationships require presence you don't have. Pursuing passions takes time you're sacrificing, and you're probably closer to ready than you think. Retirement is scary. It's a massive identity shift. But here's what I know. People who retire early almost never regret it. People who delay often do. You can always find a reason to work 1 more year. The question is whether that reason is worth what you're trading. The difference between retiring at 62 versus 67 could be the difference between hiking Machu Picchu and looking at pictures, between playing with grandchildren and watching from a chair. Time moves in one direction. You can't bank healthy years for later. Leave a comment sharing where you are in your retirement journey and what's holding you back, or what gave you confidence to make the leap. Thanks for watching, and remember, take full advantage of the youth of your senior years. You're only young once. Let's use this time wisely.